English or Spanish? English, of course. Yeah, regular stuff. Transitions. Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Stranded. Now, this game is actually very interesting based on what it said on its itch page. It says, a holiday vacation goes completely wrong when your plane crashes onto an unknown island. You play as the protagonist of the story who manages to survive the crash along with a few survivors. Secrets lie uncovered on the unassuming looking island, which will be intertwined with the struggle for survival and the fates of your newly found companions. And it says here in the warning, it has graphic descriptions of deaths and aspects of psychological horror. So this is a psychological horror game. Extras. Oh yeah, with furries. I should have mentioned that. So, yeah, there are relationships between male furry adults. We're gonna ignore that though, because this I actually might go insane. So let's go ahead and start. Where am I? Can't see, it's so dark. Where am I? Oh, well, bitch, I'm drowning. It felt as if my mind was in a daze. I couldn't remember anything. While struggling to recall even the faintest of memories, I became more and more helpless, sifting through the endless darkness. My body refused to listen to me, as if it ceased to exist. I felt my intangible form being drawn deeper. Am I muted? Yes, I am. Sorry. Sinking into a vast abyss, which was devoid of light. What was I doing? Thank God. It's about time this game. This has been overdue for way too long. I can finally have some time all to myself. Can't wait to experience all the sights to see, all the lessons to learn, and all the food to eat. But most importantly, my time isn't spent on that shithole of a job. No boss, no work, no sleeping in the office. I'm gonna make sure I make the most out of my time on this vacation. I ramble to myself a while longer, thinking about the destination as passes by through a glance every now and then. Probably thought I had lost whatever few brain cells I had left. The freaking, the writing, like up here, this is giving MASH. Thanks to having worked overnight at the office like every other night before, but that shouldn't bother me now. Thinking about this vacation just makes me anxious. I feel like my stomach is filled with butterflies. I spent the rest of the time dazing, imagining the vacation before being brought back to reality by an announcement. The aeroplane I am going to board was now ready, and it will take off in 30 minutes. Ah, time to move. While I was on my way to the terminal, I noticed many couples that were also going for vacation. I couldn't help but feel jealous towards them, and slowly I began to feel lonely. The walls of the terminal felt as if they were getting wider and wider as the people around me began to slowly drift away. My heart aches with the sense of lingering isolation and the longing to feel loved and cared for. Our mind is going on a side quest. I wish I had someone, I mumbled to myself. and somebody slapped me. After being gloomy for a while, I gave my cheek a slap to snap out of it. I slapped myself. Unless I'm going on vacation, I should be happy. Forget about relationships. The vacation will be all about me. That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. I reminded myself as I made my way to the plane. After struggling to get to my seat, I stashed away the belongings I had one on hand in the compartment up above. Backpack containing the odd book or two, a sweater from when it eventually got cold for me, and my laptop, which I took out of my bag before throwing myself into my own seat, letting out a loud sigh of relief. I got lucky because I was able to get a single row of seats to myself. I chose to sit next to the window. Sitting next to other people makes me feel awkward. After about 15 to 20 minutes of waiting, the plane began to take off right after everyone had gone through the safety briefing done by the stewards and had their seatbelt fastened. I'd love to sit next to the window, even though the only thing you see is the aqua blue sky, so close to the edges of the vast unknowns of space and the soft, pillowy cotton candy-looking white clouds. That was a lot to take in. Probably because staring outside the window makes you feel lonely, but in a different way. You feel more isolated looking at this vast, empty space. It's kind of alone where you feel at peace instead of longing to be loved. Okay, will my character stop going on a side rant? Oh. What was that? Staring out into the clouds for a while made me fall asleep. It was mostly peaceful up until the plane began to wobble and shake, making me jump slightly and slowly being awake. The plane was still shaking for a couple more seconds before it finally stopped. The feeling felt off-putting, as if I had no control over my own body. Can I stop being flashed? Above my head, the seatbelt sign lit up, glowing a soft milky white, indicating its passengers to put their seatbelts back on. I sat there confused, along with the other passengers around me, looking equally as confused as me. This is your captain speaking. We have a minor problem. Please remain seated and calm. Follow our stewardess's safety instructions as we resolve this problem. I felt that stirring ache in my stomach again, as if my body was telling me things weren't going to be okay. I could only pray for the best as I remained seated. This is why I never want to fly. Boom! Not even a minute passed before I heard a loud boom, followed by another harsh, turbulent shake. As if on cue, the right wing of the plane erupted into flames. Are y'all hearing this music? Hey! It's going down now. I'm not Corey Kenshin. I'm not gonna start rapping, trust. I sat there watching in fear as the flame snaked its way up to the main hull of the plane. I gripped my armrest in fear as oxygen masks fell from the ceiling. I grabbed the mask quickly and placed it over my face before trying to breathe normally. I was struggling, my mind fogged with metaphorical smoke as my eyes welled with tears. What's going on? Why did things have to go wrong today? Why today of all other godforsaken days? There was suddenly another loud screeching alarm. My mind fogged up even more as the voice of the pilot began to fade into the background. My eyes' vision felt like it was fading away as smoke began to fill the cabin of the plane. Looks like the fire got in, I said to myself, feeling my body become weightless. The plane began to rapidly descend. The cries and screams of the people around me making me lose my mind. I could barely make out silhouettes of people around me clinging to their loved ones. Frank, I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die. Alone. This is my life. I don't want to die as a virgin. I'm not ready yet. Why am I laughing? I'm about to die. I mumbled to myself through the oxygen mask, feeling tears drip down my cheek. I was crying. This overwhelming fear made me not realize that I was crying. I was trying to hear what the stewards and stewardesses were trying to say, but our words quickly drowned in the sea of people panicking and screaming as the plane was inching closer to this inevitable end. Well, damn! I tried to lie to myself, telling myself that everything was going to be okay. Closed my eyes. I could still feel myself crying before everything went black. It was silent. No light. No noise. No signs of life that the soul within my body could feel. And everyone. I accidentally skipped the dialogue. Okay, no, I didn't. My heart felt heavy at the sudden memory. a pain like I've never experienced before as both my physical weight and the emotional weight of my heart made my brain mentally snap. As my lungs became heavier, my thoughts began to get fuzzier and fuzzier. I could feel my fears fade into the area around me. Even though I couldn't feel my pain in my body, the fear was already carved deep inside of me. No, I'm drowning again. God damn it. No. I don't know how long I've been here. In all honesty, it felt like an eternity, piecing together what bits of information I had only brought more questions than answers. But everything has an end to it. It wasn't long before I slowly felt my consciousness come to a halt. Okay, I was about to say, and the game over. I hope you guys... Hey, wake up! I felt someone shaking me, trying to wake me up. It's not good to shake someone trying to wake me up. Leave him alone. He's probably already dead. No, I know he's alive. Look, he's still breathing. Poke, poke. I open my eyes slowly and see someone trying to wake me up. Oh, what's good, gang? Look at him, Husky. Poke, poke. An unfamiliar blue figure is casting a shadow upon my body, continuously poking my left cheek. He looked down at me with a concerned look on his face. Thank God you're still alive. As I was slowly regaining consciousness and trying to make sense of my surroundings, the blue beast turns his head to the side, calling for help. And now we have the calm music. It's giving color box white. Hey, there's another survivor here. Could you lend me a hand to patch this guy up real quick? Oh, sure. Oh my god. I hear in the distance gentle stomps against the sand, gradually getting closer and closer to me before seeing the bunny sat next to my weak body within my peripheral vision, patching my wounds up with some disinfectants and gauze. Thankfully, they weren't life-threatening. I'm really glad you're here. I don't know what I would do without you. See, the husky says with a smile towards the bunny. No problem. It's the least I can do to help. I'm gonna regroup with the others and see if they need some help as well. Sure thing, I'll join you and the others in a bit. Melanie bows slightly and smiles reluctantly before making her way out of my view. Oh, that was a girl? Okay. That was a female. That game said that there would be men. I am not Rambo, I trust. I tried my best to stand, but couldn't hold myself up. I coughed hoarsely, my breathing was heavy, my whole body zapping me with an aching pain. Please, don't move too much. Take a break and let me help you up. What do I look like? He slowly lifts my body, just enough to make me sit up and lean back against a tree. Any idea where we are right now? I'm not sure where we are either. But based on our surroundings, it doesn't seem like this place is inhabitable. How about you? Are you doing okay? Yeah, I am, thanks. No problem. I need to look for the others. Do me a favor and just stay still, okay? I nodded. Just after I did, he sprinted away. Why is he so calm in a situation like this? I briefly glanced at my surroundings, trying to analyze the situation. I wanted to see the remains of a plane scattered across the vast blue sea. So the crash was real. With this belief that I turned my neck to the left, I was now looking at the surface of a pale yellow sandy beach, littered with the bodies of unfortunate souls who were caught up in the catastrophe. There was a child. Have fun. Dear God, those people used to live and they were just dead in an instant. Just how many were lost? I pondered and shifted my gaze further out towards the shoreline. Horror and shock overtook me as soon as I saw it. Seen before me resembled some kind of nightmarish hellscape. Charred remains. It looked like a person's forearm and leg, one half of a mutilated-looking torso, with scant portions of someone's jawline still attached to the... What? I'm sickening looking at a pile of fleshy-looking innards that glisten underneath the light of day, splotches and streaks of crimson red. I'm just gonna skip that. And debris littered the shoreline as if they were remnants of some grim memento. The overpowering stench of machine oil permeated the air. Sudden pang of sadness and revulsion was felt as I impulsively turned away from the greatly spectacle, only to be faced with a lush green jungle lined with tall coconut trees and rows of bamboo. A sudden change of scenery took me by surprise, and I felt bewildered just by staring at the weird assortment of foliage. So much mixed colors, and certainly not the kind of diversity that was expected from this trip, but it was a picture of heaven in comparison to the horror what was witnessed earlier. Having seen it all, I couldn't bring myself to accept reality. The situation was all too real, and I was caught up in it. At least I wasn't alone. There were others like that husky and bunny. Where did they go? I asked myself, while frantically orienting myself towards a snow direction I saw the husky running off towards. There wasn't even a chance that others survived, then perhaps we could help each other out of this nightmare. Now to get myself up. Deep breath, I hauled myself up and stood on wobbly knees, leaning against the tree-like crutch for support, grasping my right shoulder. I give it a firm push outwards until the joint readjusts itself with a resounding crack. That was somebody's ankle broke. I didn't feel sprained or dislocated, but I think that it was a bed sore. I feel perhaps that bunny was some ointment for it. Thought to myself while eyeing the rest of my arm for another modalities. Seeing that nothing else is amiss, my focus once again returned straight ahead, and I saw the person that helped me a few minutes ago. He was walking back towards me in a frantic fashion. I immediately felt a sense of guilt since he must have been running back and forth while I rested. It was clear that I had to speak my mind. Hey, what are you doing? I told you to stay still. You need to rest, please. It's nice that they're animated too. Right? Yeah, their eyes, they blink in one frame. I'm fine, just can't simply let you do all the work. You don't really need to be tough. What? I can't read. You don't really need to, though. You're badly hurt. I can find them myself. I can't care any better. I'm still gonna help, no matter how much you try to stop me. Please, being alone here is the last thing I want. Alright, fine. Thanks. By the way, the name's Kim. How may I address you? Kim unlocked. What is your name? Pressing enter defaults the name to Hisoka. Okay. Do I want to put my Should I? Okay, just self-insert. Sorry about that. My name is Jason. Nice to meet you, Jason. I hope we'll get along well. Okay. He smiled wide from ear to ear, looking at Kim's expression. He was still remaining calm, like an unmoving pond with no ripples or splashes. It was as if he knew this would have happened and was prepared for it. Curiosity fled to my mind. I can't help but wonder the reason for it. He can be so calm in a situation like this. I can barely get myself together. I asked him as I still tried to steady my breathing. It was getting better, but slowly but surely. Oh. Huh. Sorry, I was reading a message. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm still worried about the situation that we're in right now, but the best thing to do now is to calm down and think about what we need to do to survive in this situation. A calm mind is a clear mind. Uh-huh, but you look like you've adapted to this immediately. It's a thing I taught myself. To be calm in any situation, so that I know what to do next with a clear mind. Even for a situation like this. Well, I didn't expect this to happen anywhere within my lifetime either. So, how many survivors do we have so far? Not many, unfortunately. I'm sure you saw the damage. There are more casualties than we would want. Frickin' heck. Unsure what to say, I walked beside him in distraught. It wasn't long enough before we began approaching closer to a group of people. They seemed to be discussing something. The other survivors are over here. We should join them. Perhaps we can plan a couple of things out. I nodded at him before walking with him to join the group. Okay, so we have the bunny girl. We have, well, buddy, we have a bear, a polar bear, I think an otter, and then is that freaking Who is it? Who is that? Hold on. It's giving... It's reminding me of someone. What was his name? He was in the Dream SMP of all things. Who is the fox YouTuber in the Dream SMP? Before the Dream SMP shattered. Fundy? Yeah, Fundy. He looks like Fundy. Fundy's furry form, but like more green. We made our appearances to a small group consisting of different fur people. A polar bear, a bunny, an otter, yeah, he's short, and a red fox. I'm gonna call him Fundy. Seems like they were discussing something. Okay. So, he's most likely just gonna be, like, rude. He's gonna be mean. So, both of them. He might be the big softy. This guy is just, well, we already know about him, and she might be the helper. Hey guys, sorry for taking so long. So as befell the group, as none of them said a single word upon our arrival, some of them took a quick glance at us before averting their eyes away. Guys, okay? What happened here? Yeah, being stuck in the middle of nowhere is totally okay. Real peachy. Come on, man, just stop. Sense of dread floats in the air. Whatever happened here wasn't going so well. Everyone wasn't looking too great, all patched up and disheveled looking. I can only stand in place knowing what to say. It was a while until the bunny breaks silence. Then, how are we supposed to get home? Yeah, she's nervous. She's nervous. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Is there nothing we can do? I want to go home. She said before placing her hands over her face, leaving a loud exhale. Yeah, old buddy's a nice one. Hey, it's okay. Don't panic. I'm sure we can do something. We'll find a way. Yeah, we'll get through this. Get ourselves home. All of us. I know. I'm sorry. Listen, before anything else, I'd like to pay respects to the others who were not so fortunate. I eyed the group while speaking and saw solemn faces all around. Long's expression still held its harshness, but no words came out of his mouth. If anyone wishes to sit this out, then now is the time. All had their heads bowed in respect except for the fox, who let out an exasperated sigh before following suit. I wasted no more time and gave a brief farewell to those that have departed. No strangers we remain, in memory you are retained. Rest in peace now, nameless brothers and sisters. Very awkward silence engages. Very, very awkward silence. Very awkward silence, y'all. Very awkward silence. We should all go further inland, away from the crash site. There's too little time to bury the bodies, and I'm not sure if I even feel like it at the moment. He struggles with his words, trying hard to downplay the carnage on the beach. The others could only nod slowly in unison. I agree, but eventually we would need to clear out the bodies. Oh. I hear wildlife all around us, so we need to assume that the mess would only attract predators. That is a potential threat for us all. I replied in a concerned tone while staring him in the eyes. True. But I say we make that tomorrow's problem, since our priority now is to secure a campsite before we lose the light of day. So far, we only know that we're stuck on a deserted island, according to our findings. Yeah, it is indeed an island. We even covered some high ground to get a glimpse of our surroundings. Yep, I was surprised that you could even climb a tree that fast. Before I knew it, you were high up there. Yeah, just freaking climbed a tree. But we couldn't find any buildings or anything man-made. Somehow I knew this very clear image of him on top of a tree. Is he a monkey now? Monkey. Not only that, the cell phone signal is busted. Not a single bar. Can't have him talk once without cussing. That's gonna be his entire character. So we really are cut off from the rest of the world. Well, if anything, our survival takes priority. People will be looking for us eventually, but for now, what do you guys think we should do first? Jason, any ideas? Some choices are time sensitive. Make a choice or perform an action before the time runs out. Otherwise, another path will be taken which may not be desirable. You only have a few seconds to react. If you wish to resign to your fate but do not want to wait, clicking the timer will speed it down to 0 seconds, forcing the path immediately. As this is your first time choice event, the next choice has no lasting consequence, but future ones may. Let's salvage the airplane. We could salvage the airplane before the resources float away from the wild waves. That's a great idea. Let's... Okay, he interrupts, and I don't get to read it. Ha! That's a great idea. Let's spread out and see what we can behind before it's gone. We'll regroup before we're here once I'm not going. Huh? You guys can go collect stuff. But I'll go and mind my own business. Stand close to Kim as the red fox walks away out of our view without even looking back. Oh, don't worry about him. He's been like this since we've been here. Yeah, he doesn't let anyone near him. He's probably having an art right now. Just let it slide. I'm sure he'll come around. We're still adapting to the situation in our own ways, after all. Right. Back to the plane. All of us except the fox headed towards the remains of the airplane and proceeded with our plan. A few hours passed and it seemed like all of us managed to salvage at least one thing from the remains of the wreck. There wasn't much left to find, only a few cans of food, a few bottles of mineral water, and a med kit. Perfect. The day passed by quickly as the sky turned a beautiful shade of amber just upon the horizon with a pinkish purple glow emanating from the remnants of the sun's glow. I can't read. By the time we regrouped again, it was already dark. It was only then I realized, crap. Huh? Is everything okay? Something wrong? We didn't make a campfire for the night. Oh, crap, you're right. We were all so caught up in salvaging we've forgotten all about it. Then, what should we do now? Do we even have the time to build one now? I don't think it'll be safe to go through the dark to gather firewood now. But it's more dangerous to be in dark than light at night. Who knows what creature might sneak up on us in the dark? I guess. Bruh. Guess it'll be a very cold night. Well, if it's cold you're worried about, my big fluffy fur can warm you all up all night. Alright. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll manage what we can find for now and build one. Guys, is that smoke? She said, lifting her head to point in the direction of the smoke. Wherever that's... Wait, what? It's showing his name now. Beru? Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. Let's go. It's probably the fox. No, wait. And a sudden voice startled the polar bear so much that he tripped and face-planted himself on the sandy beach. The front of his body is now covered in sand, which he quickly brushed off upon getting back up to his feet. He definitely wasn't happy about that. Whoa, what was that for? Shh, we're stranded on an unknown island with no signs of buildings. Who could be making that fire? Jason's right, we should be careful at least. All of us approached the source of the smoke, the burning light of the campfire. Yeah, of course it was him. Burning light of the campfire grew brighter and brighter the closer we got. Sitting by the fire source is none other than the fox that didn't join the salvaging. He noticed us approaching him before giving a glance at us. What? Don't look at me like... What? Don't look at me like that. Creeps. The fox looked back towards the fire before throwing another piece of firewood into it. Wow, I knew we were onto something when you left us. Well, no one ever mentioned making a fire. You all happily went for your soul bonding expedition. Yeah, but how did you make the campfire, though? Exactly. Naruto, that's for... I almost said Naruto. Do you have a secret flame breathing technique you're not telling us about? That's freaking, the main character guy from Demon Slayer. Tanjiro. Right? Tanjiro? Yeah, Tanjiro. That's a reference. Like, the one show Demon Slayer? Otter pushed the bear away. Why? Anyway, you could have told us you before going on your own. The Red Fox turns away, ignoring the otter, and focuses his gaze on the sternly. Smokes and ashes. Smokes and ashes flew up as the sound of fire burning the wood fills the night, the silent night. It wasn't a while until the bunny broke the silence. Thank you for making a campfire. I just hope you didn't all waste your time salvaging that we're playing wreckage. We did get some stuff out of it, though. Do you mind if we join you? Help yourself. Everyone proceeded to sit around the fire, beginning their warmth slowly. For once the warmth feels great. Didn't you gloat on how you can warm us all up night back then? Well, yeah, but can't beat the warmth of a fire. I couldn't help but chuckle at the dumb antics sometimes. It's just what you need after a long road day. We sat around the fire, equally distanced from one another, some of us trying to dry themselves off after dipping into the seawater. Boxing on our hands, relaxing against a rock, looking up at the sky with a sigh of boredom huffing through his muzzle. Everyone was very quiet around the fire, exhaustion slowly consuming us. But it seems as if no one is really dozing off or sleeping yet for some reason. I pondered for a moment in my silence. Where would I end up at the end of all this? As I daydreamt, I felt a nudge from my left shoulder. It was Kim trying to break me back. It said bring. I said break. Bringing me back from my dazed state. Hey, you alright? Is the music too loud? The music is very loud. For me and y'all. It's getting annoying. Turn the music down. The fire is part of the music. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just thinking of the possibilities. Well, as I was saying to the group, we might be stuck here for a few days. I'd as well get to know each other. Also, we didn't really introduce ourselves properly yet, so let's start over. Look at them. I unlocked something new. I'm Kim, a sports coach at Furry University. A pleasure to know you all. I know we're not in the best of situations here. Just remember that you can count on me for anything. And I'm Beru, currently unemployed, but was actively looking for a job to pay the bills and hopefully find a place of my own. Why were you on a plane then? I know I'm big, but when it comes to heavy lifting, I am more than capable. I'll be counting on you a lot then. A lot? Like, a lot? His face paled at the thought of the amount of work he'll be having. I know he's regretting ever mentioning about his strength. So anyway, who's next? How about you, young lady? Oh, my name is Lucy. I'm a post-grad from a degree program specialized in Mediterranean herbaceous species. I'm hoping to further my studies in the future. Oh, we got a nerdy girl in the house. Otter, shut up. That's not a very nice thing to say to a lady. Unless you're a lady yourself. What? You're a girl? No, you idiots. Oh dear. The fox sighed. Idiots. For a moment, it felt like everything was normal, like nothing ever happened, and we weren't stranded on the island. We seemed to be having fun. But like we were having an orientation on our first day of college or something. College. laughing, enjoying the moment like any other day, except for the fox, that is. What is the otter's name? We didn't get to learn the otter's name. Wait, what is the otter's name? Otter? Are we calling him Otto? If his name is Otto, I'm gonna bug. I swear. Let me take a sip of my water. I had to sit up to get that. This is cool. It's interesting so far. Well, it's nice knowing you, Lucy. Let's try our best to get through this together. Thank you. And now... The otter said abruptly, standing up and pointing his thumb to his chest proudly. Oh no. Y'all can call me Owen. Okay, if it was Otto, I was going to tweet. Okay, his name is Owen. We'll keep that in mind. Wait, what the heck? My apologies, y'all. I'm trying to empty my recycling bin just so I have space for recording. My apologies. Alright, everything's fixed. Everything's good. Been working at my dad's fishing shop for as long as I can remember, so I know a thing or two about catching fish in the sea. Ooh, like there's plenty of fish in the sea, isn't it? I think that's a different kind of fish, though. So, he's the comedic relief. He's the freaking side character. The main side character. The fox is the asshole. The Owen might be self-obsessed. And then Lucy is the girl. Owen puffed up his chest as if it was the best speech he's ever given in his entire life. He looked accomplished, seeing his expression somehow filled with determination. We'll be counting on you when it comes to fishing for food, then. Leave it to me. Also, it's your turn now. I guess it's my turn then. My name is Jason. I'm... absolutely nothing. I guess it's all about me. Everyone looked at you in awe after hearing your little self-introduction. Having all those silent stares made you a bit nervous. It was Kim who broke the silence first. Thank you for sharing a bit about yourself. And I'm sure it wasn't easy. The fox hasn't said a word. Yeah, no matter what happens, we'll get through this together. Everyone nodded in agreement. Couldn't help but yourself but smile at that. Gave you the strength to pull yourself together. We're going to survive this and get ourselves back home. I'll make sure of that. Well, now it's time for our last member to introduce himself. Suddenly everyone diverted their attention to a particular red fox now. That certainly made him irritated, or not? I mean, he's always irritated anyway. Don't drag me into this. I never agreed to any of these. Oh, come on. We just want to get to know each other. Ugh. We shouldn't force him if he doesn't want to. Lucy's right. If he doesn't want to, then that's fine. What should I say to the stubborn fox about this? I'll go ahead and save. Okay. Ask nicely. It wouldn't hurt you. Come on, just a split. You don't have anyone else to live up to at this point. Speaking of time, though, so... yeah, that's rich, coming from someone who forgot to even make a campfire. I hate to break it to you, Mr. Fox, but he has a solid point. Should we just call you Foxy instead, then? Don't you dare. I kinda like Foxy, though. Foxy. Alright, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm not doing it because you told me to. I keep forgetting his freaking voice thing. A tsundere. A tsundere. Definitely a tsundere. I know you guys haven't said anything, but the look on your faces annoyed the heck out of me for some reason. The name's Terry, that's all you need to know. Now get off my tail. He said it with a huff. Thanks for your obligation regardless. Yeah, whatever. I changed his voice again. You sighed. But it's supposed to be my vacation. And how is this vacation on the island so far? Can't help but laugh at the horrible joke. Then all of a sudden... A loud growl, likely from a ferocious beast, roared close to you. It definitely sent you on edge. You prepare for it. Whatever the sound was, caught everyone's attention. The heck was that? It's a beast. What else could it be? We're gonna die. Quiet, you idiot. I'm sorry, she said with a slight whine, with her hands covering her short muzzle. Shh. Everyone went dead silent, listening to the origin of the sound. Everyone's on the lookout for our surroundings. Only the campfire filled the silence. Everyone turned towards the sound of the sound. It was closer than we expected. Are you kidding me? God came from none other than the sir. Ah, he's hungry. I mean, look at how big, look at how rotund. What do you mean hee? That scared the hell out of me. Sorry, I couldn't help it. It makes his own sounds when it demands attention. It's alright, I'm just glad nothing bad happened. Guess it's about time for food. Shall we see what we got from the wreckage? Oh yeah. Hey Lucy, help me out a second, would you? Eh? Okay. Wait, I'll help. Come on, Beru. I'm hungry. All four of them quickly sent to the stash corner and gathered as much of the salvage as they could before placing everything in front of everyone. Fortunately, in addition to a med kit, we got some canned food from a floating carton, along with some bottles of water with the flight company's logo printed on it. Fortunately, with the strict laws applied, each bottle of water was only a sad 100 millimeters. As Kim was counting the stock that we had, something caught my attention. I scooted closer to Kim and had a look. Don't you think it's weird that this plane has canned food packaged on board? Exclaims our rummage to the cans that were on the ground. Now that you mention it, you do have a point. Good eyes, Jason. Thanks, I guess. Placed his hand on top of my head and gave a few gentle pats. Unhand me, you troglodyte. Unhand me, you troglodyte. I would never. Okay. I blushed, trying to gather the words to reply to such a compliment. This is so cringe. Can we get to the horror part? I was simply stating the obvious. Did I really have to name myself? Well, for whatever reason it was, let's just be glad to have some food here. Doesn't seem like I have a lot of food, though. There are 7 cans of food and 6 bottles of water. It's more than enough for all of us for tonight. 1 can for each person, and an extra can for whoever still gets hungry. I said while glancing at Beru before they had a chuckle. Well, hey, I may be big, but I eat the same portion as others do too, you know. Well, what are you gonna eat tomorrow then? Your meat? Beru's meat? Look at her face! Oh my god. Bro, look at her face! Oh my god, look at your face! Oh my god. Okay, I need to keep going. Jason, it sounded more suggestive for some reason. Very suggestive. Eh? That was gay. super gay. Wait, that's not what I meant though. Kim, help me out here. He's gone. I didn't get an option. Why did I say that? Bro, that is... I'm sorry. Lucy, please. Your silence hurts me with their words. I'm gonna cry. Then... what are you gonna do, smart guy? Me? Bitch, where did you run off to just now? I'm talking to Jason. Go on your own business somewhere else. Me? I doubt you'll want to eat the bear by surprise by sunrise, so what's your plan for now? Sat there pondering to myself, I hand on my chin as I look down. I freaking hate it. I'm not sure what will happen tomorrow. I guess it's better to resolve those that we have right now. How about we split the food? 2 people per can. That means the other 3 cans can be our lunch tomorrow. Wait. That doesn't sound right. We have 7 cans of food, right? What are you gonna do with the other one? We're gonna use it. Wait. What does it sound right? What are you gonna do with the other one? You're not gonna use it, I'd gladly take. No, Baru. I was thinking of using the last can as bait for fishing. Fishing? I did remember Owen mentioned some working as a fisherman before, so it might increase our food supply if we get Owen to fish for us. Not a bad idea, kid. Good leader should know how to make good decisions. Eh? I thought Kim was the leader. It doesn't hurt to have 2, said Terry while he glanced at Kim. I was never leader, actually. I act like one, and it's getting annoying. So we settled the food rationing problem. Now we have to choose a partner to share our food with. I'll start not with Mr. Blue Cheese here. Blue Cheese? I pick Lucy. Well, that caught everyone's attention. Eh? Why me? Simple answer. You're already next to me, besides. As if I want to share anything with these nut jobs. Oh, then I guess I'll go with Owen. Trying to riz her out, Skyzy. Oh, that's good enough for me. What about you, Jason? Who do you want to share it with? You're making me pick? I'm not exactly forcing you, but if you don't want to, it's fine. No, I don't mind picking. Let's just a little surprise is all. Well, take your time, Jason, he said, smiling. Who should I pick to eat with? Ooh, I got a choice. Okay. Let's look at our choices here. Baru is plus size. I apologize. Kim is just Kim, and Terry's a douche. Baru. What about you, Baru? Can I share with you? Huh? You want to share with me? Hope that half a serving is enough for you, though. If it isn't, you are welcome to take some of mine. Eh? Don't you need to eat a lot? I told you, I eat the same portion as you guys would. Maybe. Oi, what do you mean by that? I don't mind it. Maybe. You're still saying maybe. There's nothing wrong with me having half a serving. Maybe. Like I said, what do you mean by maybe? It's really fine. It's not like I want to stuff my mouth full of food. Full of food. You said full of food twice. I am more than fine to just have a quarter of it, you know. Are you serious? Won't you feel hungry? I'll be fine, Baru. Trust me. You'll be needing it more than I do. We need your strength for tomorrow, remember? So eat. I handed Baru a can of food where he quickly took it in his paw. Gave me a distant expression that I've never seen before. At least not from him. A mixed expression of conflicted and longing, although I didn't have the courage to mention anything about it. Baru gorged a mouthful as soon as he opened the can of food. I'm glad his appetite works just fine, even after what happened today. Not long after he handed me my portion of food. Why did you only eat half it? I thought you were going to leave a quarter of a portion for me. I'm already full, and we also need your strength tomorrow, so eat it. So eat. Baru looks away, hiding his face from you. Can't help but break a small smile at that, despite his big body and his craving for food. He can be considerate sometimes. Will do, Bearer. I quietly accepted and named my portion of food beside him. So, have you guys had dinner? It's not a pleasant dinner, that's for sure. Well, better than nothing, I guess. At least we had something for tonight. It was alright, although Owen kept making me have his portion. I'm so sorry for the trouble I've caused. I'll try to be more considerate next time. Owen, are you okay? I'm totally fine, thank you for your concern. I think he's dead. It's not fine at all, Lucy, what did you do to him? She didn't say anything and smiled. So, what do we do now? It's too dark to roam around anyway. Let's just conserve our energy for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure we're all pretty tired. It's better to rest and be prepared for tomorrow. Yeah, sounds splendid. Keep to your spots and good night. Scoffed Horn laying back down in his usual spot facing away from us. Our side stretched, everyone getting a good spot distance away from the fire, equal distance apart, and using whatever they could find as pillows, rocks, wet bags, salvaged from the plane, anything. Barry quickly drifted to sleep in no time. Owen was talking to Lucy for a second before hurling off, followed by Lucy. Light of the moon lit the entire island as the faint orange glow of the fire complemented the blue glow of the moon around us. I regret putting my name in this. I regret it dearly. Okay, the music stopped. You alright, Jason? He asked, looking at me as he laid down several inches away from me. Yeah, I'm fine, just taking the time to kind of process it all. Everything is just moving so quickly, and being in this situation right now feels like some bizarre fever dream. Yeah, it's hard to take in even for me, he sighed and looked up at the night sky with me. I'm sure all of us were hoping to wake up from this. All of this being a weird dream as we sit in our rooms. Yeah, if only. But my chest get heavy again. My heart weighed down by the emotional weight I felt at the airport and in the plane. Good night, Kim. Let's just hope for the best tomorrow, right? Yeah, good night, Jason. He said before turning away and closing his eyes. Falling asleep not long after. It took me a while to do the same, but I managed it in the end. Okay, day 1 done. It took an hour. If only this was a dream. Please let this be a dream. So it wasn't a dream. I winced and blinked myself awake as soon as the irritating glare of the rising sun could be felt through my closed eyes. Yawning and stretching, I eased what remained of my tiredness away. Feeling oddly refreshed, I slowly got up and surveyed the land for my sleeping area. Through Dave's vision, I scanned my surroundings while memories from yesterday replayed inside my mind. Oh, not that again. Sigh. The voided sigh escapes my lips and I realized that this really wasn't a bad dream after all. It turns out that this was a reality I had to live through as well. I absentmindedly rubbed some gunk out of my eye while casting my gaze at Kim and Terry's empty sleeping spots. Concerned, I turned around to check behind me, but only felt partial relief sight Kim cross-legged on the sandy beach facing towards the horizon, but with no sign of Terry to whereabout. I walked towards the direction where Kim was, hoping to find some answers. I hated the fact that I was perhaps barging in while Kim was deeply contemplating something. Terry wasn't enough of a jerk for me to justify his disappearance from the group. As I approached Kim, I couldn't help but marvel at his athletic figure. His upward-sitting posture was out of confidence, and those broad shoulders gave me a strangely comforting feeling for a split second. The way that his shiny blue fur was swaying in the gentle breeze, it made me take a step back and give myself a mental lecture for letting idle thoughts get in the way. Ugh, I regret naming my character me. Are you doing okay there? You've been staring for quite a while. Oh, sorry about that, said, feeling flustered from getting caught staring at him. I can hear him chuckling at my battered spots before he went staring back into the horizon. Sounds of the waves crashing against the shores filled this awkward silence. None of us spoke anymore. The gentle breeze blew past us. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I did. You're up earlier than the rest. Oh, I'd like to hear Terry say the same. Speaking of which, where did that fox go anyway? Sunlight woke me up, but he wasn't in his sleeping spot. I looked back at the campsite again, hoping that Terry might just be eavesdropping in silence. Nope, still gone. He had said very little before he left about how he needed to think or something. I mean, I tried talking him down, but Kim paused and shut himself up, contemplating his next word. He took several deep breaths while closing his eyes. Once they're open again, he assumed a more relaxed posture and leaned back on the sand while being propped up by his elbows. He looked calmer now, but I still noticed that his toned chest was heaving at a regular pace. It's fine, sorry. I went off a little back there. Terry did go off somewhere, but I made sure that he didn't go far off from where we currently are. He sounded dejected now, his confident voice trailed away into a low and barely audible mutter as he spoke the last sentence. Are you okay? You seem distant. I'm doing alright. You don't sound alright. I said I'm fine. So we're getting to the spooky part, I think. I hope. He snapped back at me, which felt rather uncharacteristic coming from someone like him. Person who went on how calm mind is a clear mind yesterday, having a personality shift from chipper to overly crotchety. Didn't feel natural. I, of all people, knew that being stranded on a mound of land and surrounded by a never-ending body of water would not be wonders for morale. Perhaps Kim was also affected by it, despite what he said. I can't play this. That's copyrighted. No, when I think about it, I think all this music might be copyrighted. I might be cooked. I might be cooked, y'all. I might be cooked. Does it say anything on the itch page about copyrighted music? Yeah, it's not doing anything. It doesn't say anything about copyrighted music. I'm sorry, that was rude and unnecessary of me. He said, averting his eyes away from me in guilt. It's okay, I just wasn't expecting that. For a while, none of us knew what to say to one another. How does one even recover from this awkward situation? Thank you. What? What do you mean, thank you? Thank you for stepping up as our leader. You were the only voice of reason among a desperate crowd yesterday, and I thought that you should know since no one mentioned it yet. Is the music done? You know what? At this point, the video's already probably already copyrighted. I'm just gonna let it play. Pause. I'm expecting to be cut off at any time. If the blue husky only made a soft grunt of doubt, Kim was trying to remain stoic. His ears perked up and twitched ever so subtly as I offered my compliments. I had no more words left, but before anything, I went next to him and sat down. The pleasant warmness of his sand brushing against my skin and the gentle crashing of waves helped me to somewhat cope with the tense situations. But I couldn't tell if Kim was feeling the same way even as he kept staring into the horizon. What I'm trying to say is, I'm here if you need to talk about what's bothering you. He went silent and took a moment to ponder his options. When he came back to his senses, he looked a bit more confident than before. Thank you, but I'm alright. The answer came out with a little hesitation, but yet the words didn't feel flat and sounded droning as before. It's still an improvement at least, even if it's for a bit. Maybe you weren't accustomed to seeing me this way. That I acted like he does sometimes. I won't ever be like him. Not once, not ever. He spoke softly in the last part of the sentence, with more emotion this time, as if he was having a hard time admitting it himself. Adam continued speaking his mind as if he says quietly, listening to him. I'm going to prove him wrong and become the person he believed that I couldn't be. I'll make sure that everyone gets back to civilization in one piece. There will be no more losses, not on my watch. His words came out in a calm, pronounced manner, spoken like someone who was full of determination and fire to press on when the odds were against them. So this is it's giving Survivor, or no, Lost. Lost, right? That's what the show is called. It's giving Lost. Yeah, it's Lost. It's giving Lost, but a lot of less characters and furries. No further explanation from him was needed to justify his true intentions yet. What do you mean by losses? Once again, Kim only shook his head in disagreement before he closed his eyes. It's not something I'm ready to share yet. Besides, we have work to do. The husky said as he stood up and extended an arm to help me up, which I accepted. Whoever this person that Kim mentioned, they managed to get through to Kim, and it concerns me. If it's Terry, then you can only wonder what he said to Kim. Whatever happens, we need to have a clear head to get through today. I heard while I was preoccupied with brushing off the sand from my lower body before looking up at him. Calm mind, clear mind, right? I said, startling him with my remarks. Right. I walked past Kim and had a head start and started heading to a group with the others. Kim followed suit at a comfortable enough walking speed to catch up to me. He kept his pace along with mine, making sure I wasn't falling behind all the way to the campsite. We approached the campsite and waved to Lucy, who seemed to be a little awake. Beru was still sound asleep with a peaceful expression on his face. Owen, on the other hand, had a rather comical grin on his face. His lips were quivering as if he were trying to talk in his sleep. They sure do look comfortable enough to sleep all night long. Yeah, I feel kind of bad trying to wake him up now. Well, I don't. Hey guys, wake up already! Kim went to Bear's position and gave the bear a very gentle shake to rouse him from his slumber. He let out a yawn and gazed around groggily as I tried to wake Owen up. Surprisingly, Yana did not stir, even as me and Kim each took an arm, trying our best to rock him out of his deep dream. Sure, it took some more effort for some, but eventually the gang was all awake. Alright, so what's the plan then? Well, some input from the rest would be good. What do you guys think? I said as I turned my neck to check on them, and caught the two leaning haphazardly against one another. They stared lazily at me with drooping eyelids that could close at any moment, while bobbing their heads back and forth, still struggling to stay awake. Lucy let out an annoyed sigh that got up, rose to her feet, and picked up a discarded can from last night. Her action seemed strange at first. Then a sense of realization sets in the sight of a small stick she was clutching in her hand, and while walking towards our two sleeping companions. Okay. Unexpectedly, the bunny banged her stick against the container right above their head, creating a sudden ruckus, which caused Bear and Owen both to jump in shock. Bear was falling back and Owen wincing and recoiling, bracing himself with his hands in front of him. Stop, please! Please! Stay awake, you have lazy heads, or we'll die for real today. She yelled right in their faces before tossing aside the objects and returning to a spot for a seat. I'm up! Yep, wasn't even sleeping anyway, nope. As she sat, Lucy tried to look as calm as possible, her eyes closing and the sound of meditative breathing becoming audible. Bear and Owen had a shocked look on their faces and stared at Lucy, still trying to process what happened. But a minute later, Lucy had already opened her eyes. She cleared her throat. Sorry about that. Anyway, what should we do now? Oh, right, plan. The husky uttered nervously before finding a moment and regaining his composure. Well then, it is important that we replenish our food supplies. I say we explore this island a bit to find things that we can eat. Well, maybe we can start with fruits and berries. It should be around if we look carefully enough. We can split into groups of two and search the island while Owen goes fishing with the bait. Yep, sounds decent to me. Are you sure? Are you okay with being alone, Owen? I'll be fine. Just count on me. Barrow, is there something wrong about the plan? Barrow was thinking rather intensely. He was lost in his own thoughts. He stared into the sand, and his hands covered his muzzle. Pulling them away, his eyes scrunched up in a serious expression. It's rare for you to be so serious. Are you okay, Barrow? Are coconuts a fruit or a nut? Huh? At least his head is working. I'm more concerned about his line of thoughts. But the word nut is in this name, coconuts. Barrow, I don't think that's how it works. No, you're right, Barrow. It is a nut. It's actually... I knew it. Don't encourage him. Alright, enough about nuts. We're getting sidetracked here. We'll still need to divide ourselves into two groups. Yeah, we should anyway. What were you trying to say, Lucy? I didn't hear much of everything going on just now. It's never mind. Is there nothing else, Jason? Yeah? Would you like to go berry hunting with me or coconut hunting with Barrow? Oh, well, Barrow's route is still in development. Stay tuned. Dang, we don't even get a choice. Ew. So I guess when an update comes out, I can play Barrow's route. Kim, I think I'll give you a hand, Kim. Me? You're not following Barrow or Lucy? Yeah, I'm sure the two of them will be just fine. I don't think I'll be of much help, but it'd be better than nothing. Yeah, right. Oh, come on. Yeah, right. Can't really argue with that. Yeah, I'm sure that's... Okay. Oh, come on now. Did you really have to consider my companionship? I whined at him, which only elicited a wider grin from the husky. What? I was thinking about who else would be there for you when you started crying over being lost. Hey, I'm not that useless. Painfully punched his shoulder, looking up at him with puffed cheeks as he looked at me, laughing and ruffling my hair with his hand on my head. Ah. Hey, calm down, Tiger. I'm only joking. Gosh, you don't really put up much of a fight, do you? Anyway, that leaves Barrow with you, Lucy. Jason and I will be looking along the edges of the forest. Barrow and Lucy can look around the beach for any coconuts or building material for shelter. Seems fine to me. I understand. You sure you don't mind helping me, Barrow? Of course, the more the merrier. If there's anything I can help, just call my name. Got it. Will you two be alright together, though? We'll be fine. I learned a thing or two about survival and camping basics from my dad. If that's the case, then should we go now, Barrow? What? Right now? Can we sit for a little longer? Barrow groaned as he plopped his body onto the ground in retaliation. Lucy turned around and flashed Barrow a toothy smile, which slowly widened to a malicious-looking expression. Barrow, we probably should go now. Barrow froze up, his white fur turning a paler shade that it should in gold. Yes, ma'am. Barrow meekly replied before standing and trailing behind Lucy. So, there was more horror. I keep going to my Discord and seeing her face from earlier. It was quite a show, witnessing a large creature getting tamed by such a small rabbit, scene which unfolded continued to play in my head like a broken record. My eyes could only stare in disbelief at the both of them as they walked further off in the distance. Kim and I were only silently standing by until a familiar voice broke out. Well, you lot have fun. I got some fish to catch. Smell you later. Owen said, brandishing a crude yet sturdy homemade fishing rod. It looked more like a stick, the fishing line asphyxiated at the end, but his other hand was the last of our canned food, which was to be used as bait. Wait, smell you later? Was that a Pokemon reference? Alright then, Owen, stay safe out. Wait, where do you get the fishing line? I found it and created this cool looking fishing rod. I just had to show it off before taking it out of the field. The otter said, like a used car salesman trying to sell us the deal of a lifetime. You found it? It was worth a shot fishing for compliments. Anyway, found you too. Bye. Owen hurried off towards the edge of the beach without giving us a chance to respond. Wait, what do you mean you found it, Owen? Sigh. Let's just ask him later when we get back, and he better bring some fish, or there will be hell to pay. We wasted enough time ourselves. Time to get to work. I turned to look at him and smiled. It was just the two of us now. Despite his usual calm demeanor, something about him was felt a bit off today, and the cause of it was likely Terry or me. Alright, would you mind taking the lead? Sure, I'll lead. Try to keep up, alright? Kim replied in a joking manner, smiling in my direction before making his way into the forest, looking in the opposite direction of Lucy and Baru. She side stray branches and leaves as I followed at the rear. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break. Okay, this is the decision for who to eat with. I might take it out later. And this is where I'm leaving off. So, I'm gonna take a break and I shall return. Peace. Yeah, we're back at it, like a crack at it. I'm actually excited because I don't know what's going to happen. Because I don't think we've seen the psychological horror elements quite yet. Our journey has been quiet and uneventful so far. The surrounding foliage is rather tame and easy to navigate. The rays of sunlight shining through the canopy and brightening up our passage. We pressed on and busied ourselves scavenging any fruits of the wild that we came across. Berries, bananas, and leaves comprised the bulk of our gathering. It was getting a bit harder and harder to carry all those bounties at some point with so little hands. Well, I didn't know a lot about it, what I was collecting. Kim assured me that whatever I had laid my hands on was edible. While my mind found some measure of respite during this peaceful interlude, the silence between both of us was excruciating. Birds were chirping, the leaves were rustling gently in the breeze, yet deep inside I felt a sense of unease as cold weight descended onto my chest until... You're just coming right at me with it, huh? Buddy. Not really. Not really. You've been glancing at me a lot lately. Am I really that attracted to you? No. See, I really regret naming my character my name. No, I blabbered out as Kim's voice yanked my own thoughts back to reality. Hmm? About you and Terry? I asked while brushing through the greenery in front of me for berries, facing away from him. I already assumed that's what you'd want to know. I'm sorry. The logical side of me wanted to simply apologize and be on my way, and yet the caring side of me wanted to know more. And what about it? He replied, as calm as he always has been, giving me a chance to ask this time, what happened between you and Terry? He said some stuff about me, telling me that I was being power hungry or something like that. I waited for the rest of his story, but I only heard rustling. Kim must have gone back to minding his own business. I looked back to face him, only to be met with his back turned towards me. So I wasn't able to see his face. From the way he said it, he sounded normal. And yet his reply left a lot to be desired. The atmosphere just didn't feel right, as if the calmness was his way of deflecting the issues or changing the topic. What did he say? I asked him again, prodding at the belly of the beast like I had just coaxed out of its dormant state. Feelings of uneasiness began to make me reevaluate what I said, but uncertainty persuaded me to strike while the iron was hot. He called me possessive because I was taking control of the situation too well. That I had some hidden intentions and stuff. He said, gripping the branches of the berry bush. I couldn't see his expression, there's a slight tremble in his face. That's just... I'm not like that, am I? He asked me, like how nervous chuckle amidst his candid confession. Can I agree to disagree? Let me go ahead. Make another save right here for that option. Let's agree right now. I paused briefly, figuring my choices of words before I spoke. Of course not. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying this until it gets through to you. You were the only voice of reason among a desperate crowd yesterday, and I'm thankful for that. Not for everyone, it seems. As I see it, you've always been the one in charge from the moment I woke up on that beach. I was confused, frustrated, and scared at the time. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. But then you were there, taking care of us with your leadership. And honestly, it gave me some hope that one day we could actually go home. You're praising me a lot even though we just met yesterday. Does it matter though? Terry is wrong, Kim. You've been doing your best leading us when we're all over the place. From the moment I see you, I don't see anything wrong with that. But, quite frankly, I think he has some kind of problem when it comes to helping other people. He hesitated by the berry bush slightly, digesting everything that I said. He sure is hard to deal with, isn't he? He chuckled, completely despondent for the situation. That's definitely something that everyone would 100% agree on. I swear, that fox loves getting on everyone's nerves. Even so, he got his own redemption points. If it wasn't for him, we would be sleeping in the cold yesterday. English? Or Spanish? I suppose so. I think we should have a little heart talk later, just the three of us. Sounds like an awful idea. Oh, come on. I'm sure that Terry would like some praise for his kindness. Who knows, maybe we could motivate him to become a better person. I suggested, trying to sound as positive as I can in order to convince Kim. Sigh. Fine, but I'm doing this because you asked for it from me. Sounds good enough to me. I would consider it someday. Just not today, and at the condition that you stop being lazy and help me with these bushes. He said teasingly and went back to tending to his own berries. I'm not even being lazy, I huffed before going back to picking berries, parting my way with Kim as I head back to my initial spot. I let a sharp exhale, finally done with my patch of berries. At some point, Kim and I went our separate way to find out what more bounty the forest had to offer, though we made sure not to wander too far away from each other. Still don't know if Kim would take my words to heart and show his reconciliation over aggravating an already strained relationship with Terry. But I'd sown the seeds of forgiveness, and all I could hope for was that it would change things for the better in the future. We had finished our gathering and managed to collect quite the bountiful harvest of our own. Using the jacket Kim handed for us to use, I turned it into a makeshift sack. Corners were folded and pinched to be able to support the weight of the items we secured, and then tied to the end of a sturdy branch which I snapped off a tree. Oh, way to go, Superstar. I knew you could do it. Way to go, Superstar. Freddy Fazbear. The ears flicked as I heard a familiar voice. While I was trying the jacket to the branch, looked up to the voice. I see you've been working hard. Oh, no comment. My lawyers have told me not to make a comment. He said it, not me. Oh my god. Are you doing okay there, bud? You look red. Yes, I'm good. Uh-huh, my eyes are up here, buddy. Curse my raging, unfiltered hormones. Forget about me, why are you shirtless? Well, we gathered so much stuff that I needed another bag, so I used my shirt. Plus, you have my jacket, remember? I didn't think this through. It's fine. I get to see our cute little interaction. Someone please end me. I said, feeling blood gush under my cheeks after being teased by Kim, wanting to ground a solemnly hole away from this embarrassing moment. So shall we head back now? He said with his big stupid dumb smile plastered all over his face. I stare at the ground, trying to avoid looking at Kim in order to hide my flushy face. Yeah, sure, let's go. I put it out quickly picking up the branch and lifting the bundle over my shoulder to support it. The bulging bag made for Kim's jacket would be dangling, suspended in the air behind me, whenever I took a step forward. I followed behind Kim and had my eye on the trail to ensure that our hard-earned word did not end up on the ground. The sun was at its peak, beaming directly above us as we began to walk back to the site. Kim takes the lead with the bundle of berries wrapped in his own shirt strapped over his shoulder. Every now and then, Kim would fidget with a tiny clump of berries in his grasp to ease the sense of boredom. You know, do you think everyone would mind if I have some of these now? He asked me, looking down at his palms as the berries rested in his hand, rolling them around as its skin glistened in the sunlight. Don't you want to wait for the rest? Besides, how sure are you that those are safe? I said, while trailing behind him, stepping my feet over his own footprints casually. I was barely paying attention anymore to the road on our return trip. Step. I looked behind Kim. Kim looked back at me after noticing how my response felt delayed. I was too preoccupied with tracing over his footprints to notice Kim had already stopped walking. Pump. It was already too late to stop as I bumped my face on his back, snapping me back to reality. You should really pay more attention to your surroundings when you walk. You'll hurt yourself. Did you hear anything I said? I looked up at him, chuckling as I rubbed the pain away from my face. Yeah, I did. Look, if we make it there and no one's around, you can snack on a couple, alright? Deal, but I'm chowing down immediately when that happens. Felix says with a sly smirk on his face. Whatever, let's just get back quick, you dork. I said in the same teasing tone he did with me previously, moving forward and pushing his back to get him to move faster. He laughs and looks ahead, catching his pace as he got pushed before taking a few quick steps ahead of me. Alright, fine. Sheesh, sounds like someone's really needed some berries. You know, do I regret playing this? No. We kept walking for several minutes down the same path we took to get to where we were, standing at the same spot where we had spent the night around the fire Terry had made. I cannot read. Both of us looked around, looking for any sign of the others, but to no avail. Seems like we're the first to arrive. Suppose so. And you know what that means. Fish. He's already looking at me with a smug look, hands on his hip. It looked like he was expecting he really wanted them berries. Come on, we just got here. Can't you wait, like, a little longer? Come on. We made a deal already. It's just a little bit. No one would mind. Said, pulling out two of the berries he had tucked into his pocket, ready to shove it in his mouth. I don't know. Can characters die in this? Of cats in order to achieve a perfect ending. It doesn't say that people can die. Well, just in case, I'm a safe. I'm gonna let him. Alright. I get it. A deal is a deal. Sighed. Kim smirked, pulling out 2 more berries from his other pocket and handed them to me. I studied the berries in my hand and looked at him, confused. Why are you giving them to me? Didn't you hear me earlier? Huh? What are you talking about? Well, you were busy chasing my footprints. I said that if I get to eat the berry, you're eating it with me. It wouldn't feel right to eat it alone since you're here. I wouldn't be a great leader if I did that. Oh, I didn't hear that at all. Yep, so are we gonna eat them together? Don't worry, I assure you that those ones are safe to eat. I studied the berries in my hand closely, not that I knew anything about it. Alright then. Then let's eat it together at 3. 1, 2, 3. We counted down and we popped the berries into our mouth on 3. The berries were strangely sweet and had a nice taste. See, I told you it's fine. Yeah, I'm sorry for doubting you. Both of us pile up our bounty on a piece of banana leaf, along with other leftover resources that we have. I return Kim's jacket back and he's dressing back to make himself back immediately. Adios, sexy abs. Sob, sob. Oh, didn't expect to see you two back so soon. There's Lucy and Beru. Welcome back, guys. So, that route still isn't available. The route with Beru, so when it does become available, I'm gonna play it. If it becomes available. Lucy and Beru were at camp not long after with mostly palm and banana leaves for food. They had managed to source at least 2 bundles of bananas, and Beru was cradling as many coconuts as he could manage comfortably. Of the two, it was obvious the bear who looked like the more exhausted one. I hope we didn't keep you waiting too long, she said as she laid all the collecting stuff on the floor as Bear followed after. My legs are killing me. Did anything happen while we were away? Bear managed a enough squat to let the coconuts roll from his grasp onto the ground before laying down with a moan of relief. Sorry. The bear might be making me sneeze. Nope. He replied, clicking firm without giving me a chance to say anything. I guess I'll play along with it, expecting his decision. I need to sneeze again. No, we were just tired. Jesus. After all that walking. Also, it seems that you guys got quite a nice haul there. I didn't do much though. Barry insisted that he'll do all the heavy work since he didn't have that much strength. As she said this, I could see Barrow's soul leave his body momentarily. His soul is leaving. Stop him. What should we do? What should we do? Quick, shove him back in. I brought a big stick. What are we supposed to do with that? You can beat his soul back. That's a bad idea. Kim, please tell her that's a bad idea. Kim? But think about it. It might just work. Not you too. We don't have much time. We have to hurry. Stop. Are you trying to kill me? Thank God you're still alive. I thought we lost you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, her face. What the baby? Who the heck are you? That's not the same woman. After almost witnessing probably a murder attempt in front of my eyes, we recollected ourselves and moved on. She's still here. Can she go away? So, what did you guys manage to scavenge? It's not as good as you guys, but we picked up some stuff using some survival knowledge that I've got before. Kim proudly lifted the berries, bundled over the banana leaves, and showed Lucy the gross amount of berries that we collected. Did anyone eat these? Why? Has anyone eaten those berries? She screamed in panic. Face covered with a worried expression as sweat began to slowly form and drip down the surface of her face. We did. Colors of Lucy's face went pale as she heard that. Which one did you eat? What color was it? Lucy asked urgently, holding out a few berries for us to identify. This one. Kim pointed at the harmless-looking one of the bunch. Are you sure? Yes? Are you feeling weird, nauseous, sick? I decided to take a closer look at the berry. The berry does look familiar, but there was ones with very striking differences. I don't think this is the one we ate. I said, pointing at a specific berry on her hand. Are you serious? Are you very sure about that? Yeah, there was a tiny green crown on it. But not a whole flower bigger than the berry itself. The berry does look similar, though. Oh, right. I think I remember that, too. Oh, that's a relief. Do you know anything about berries? No? Then why did you eat it? It could be poisonous for all you know. Well, Kim said it was safe, so I thought... Lucy stared at me with an bemused expression. Her stare felt very uncomfortable. I shifted constantly in her gaze as she was trying to figure something out. It was my fault. I thought it was okay since they looked exactly like the one I can find from my backyard home. Don't really see the difference. They kind of look like normal blueberries to me. Lucy looked at me for a second longer before turning to Kim. Both of you are beyond lucky at this point. It's a miracle. These are called Deadly Nightshade. At first glance, they can be mistaken as normal wild blueberries to the untrained eye. You can tell them apart, since Deadly Nightshade doesn't have a crown on its blossom end, unlike wild blueberries. It also has a purple bell-shaped flower, like this one does. And what would happen if you ate it? I've read that it led to hallucinations and a lot of complications of the body. Not only that, consuming 2 or more of these berries could lead a single child to death. It was fortunate that no one ate it yet. I should have stopped Kim from having any. I wasn't thinking we had put everyone. No, I'll take full responsibility for that. I should have known better. I didn't know my actions could have killed us all. Bro, Terry, quit being the villain right now, dog. Terry is the villain in this story. Look at him. He showed up just to be a douche. Terry, quit being the op. Quit being the opposition. Please. Terry's an op, y'all. I just gotta get a sip of my water. It helps me clear my nose after those sneezes from out of here. Oh, my back. My back. My back. Okay. Is that what you're about to say? Your voice turned out to be Terry, the one who went on his own in the moment I woke up today. I knew it. All of us turned our attention towards the red fox, except for Kim, who faced away from him, pretending as if he wasn't there. Terry dropped a pile of dry wood on the ground that he had gathered on his way back. It seems that he went out for resources on his own. Terry, weren't you so boastful about how you were going to lead everyone? Not funny how you almost ended up poisoning everyone here. Terry, calm down. We can settle this. Calm down. Oh, shit. The opposition is about to opposition. Oh. Did your brain die during that crash? He almost killed us all. The rabbit even said it herself. That's enough, Terry. You don't know what happened. Then let me guess. He took charge of your expedition, told you the berries are fine, wants you to believe in his leadership and whatever survival knowledge that he has. And then he told you to trust him, even when you're doubtful of it. Insisted that it wasn't necessary to doubt him. You may have gotten lucky somehow. But what if he wasn't and ended up being a big burden? And despite being proven to be right, even when he puts your life on the line, putting everyone else on the line, You're still fighting for him. Even though deep down you had your doubts and you chose to ignore. Even so, I don't care if you two are going to die, wanting to jump off a cliff together or anything. Don't you dare try to drag me down with you. It's not what I meant to... That's enough, Jason. Oh, no, I read that in the wrong point. That's enough, Jason. Tim takes a deep breath and grits his teeth as his eyes sealed shut, exhaling heavily as his eyes slowly open. I admit that I insisted on believing the survival knowledge that I have so far, and that I insisted in making Jason believe it in that as well. Can, like, the otter dude come back, please? Not only that, I almost endangered everyone with my actions, and I apologize for that. I deeply regret it. Oh, so you finally admit that, but I won't regret taking the lead of everyone here. In the end, you're gonna keep up the act. Sorry, my hair is tying up in front of my face. Terry turned his back towards us and started to walk away once more. Where are you going now? Why do you care? You all left me to gather resources anyway. He said as he distanced himself further and further away until he's out of our sight. I could never understand that fox. He's the one going on his own in the first place, so what are we supposed to do with the berries now? I suppose we could salvage what we could out of it and remove the bad ones. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. This is freaking Lost with furries and less characters. You should clean yourselves in any case if the berries get crushed on your way here. Took us half an hour, maybe even an entire hour to tally up, removing the harmful ones from our inventory and note our findings. What we gathered, it might last us at the very least one more day. It's not going to last for too long. We need to find better ways to get food soon. Said as I laid my back on the ground before noticing the pile of wood that Terry had dropped off. Actually, more than a pile it seemed. Dry wood, bamboo sticks, and plenty of coconut leaves are among them. There's a lot of stuff here for some reason. Did Terry bring all of this here on his own? Yeah, I noticed that too. I suppose he's trying to build a shelter? You're smart enough to figure that out. Maybe you can start building it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sleeping on the sand again. Oh, okay, that's all, buddy. If you're smart enough to figure that out, maybe you can start building it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sleeping on the sand again. You sure like to sneak up on us out of nowhere. I don't have the time to be sneaking around. You're the one putting your guard down. So are you really trying to build a shelter? Wow, that's so smart of you. How did you know? Terry said sarcastically as he dropped another pile of coconut leaves on the ground. We will get out nowhere if he decides to play his game any longer, so it's better if I ignore it. I guess you should start building then. Before anything else, we decided to construct shelters to protect everyone from the elements and to act as lodgings on the strange island. Each of us would make occasional trips to get more stuff for our shelter. So heavy. Need a hand with that, Lucy? I'll be fine, I think. Hey guys, I found a stick. Why a stick though? I don't know, I think it looks neat. Now my physical damage is +5. Hey Terry, can you hold down the other part for me? It's quite heavy. Alright, so this here end. Don't touch my hand, you filthy Don't touch my hand, you filthy gremlin. Damn. Terry, why? This is heavy. Terry, you ask. You come back here. Terry! Some fights did break out here and there because of some insubordinate fox, but we were still doing our best despite everything. Yay! Houses! We were still in the midst of construction until we spotted Owen returning with only the homemade fishing gear and a lone fish. It was barely even big enough to feed one single person. The otter had a defeated look on his face, which I've never seen until now. I hope you guys have some good news for me. I sure don't have one for you. No, anyway, I started swimming, and as clean as it was, I couldn't find a single fish in there. Like, they all disappeared. So, where did you get that fish? I said, pointing toward the fish dangling on his left leg. Well, I wasn't going back every minute, so I tried another place and tried fishing again. It's okay, Owen. You did your best. Canned food is entirely a miracle bait, so that works for fishing. What do you think, Lucy? There's a plane! He turned towards Lucy for advice, but noticed the rabbit seemingly preoccupied with surroundings. Lucy? Do you hear that rumbling? She asked, while keeping a low posture. Cautious instincts kicked in, causing the rabbit to be on alert towards danger and abnormalities. Kim's ears perked up like satellite dishes, seemingly picking up the strange sound as well. That sounds like fluttering. Could it be? A helicopter! It's coming from over there! Terry dashed ahead of us towards the sound of the sound. Towards the source of the sound. The rest of us followed after the red fox in a hurry, dropping everything we were currently doing before. After reaching a clearer view, we saw it. A real helicopter. We can be saved now. We can go home. It's an actual helicopter. It really is, she said, full of hope. Hey, we're here. Owen flailed his arms around, hoping to get its attention. No good. We need a signal quickly. Grab any dry wood you can find. We'll make it to here, he said in a rushed tone. The rest of us frantically searched for any dry woods and leaves that we could start a fire. Kim grunted as he started a fire. Time is passing by quickly. The helicopter didn't notice this goes on. What should we do? Shake it too long. Stand aside. While giving some room for the fox to do something, Terry made a composed stride towards Lucy. He stopped before looking at her and looked her deep into her eyes. The rabbit gulped, held in place by the fox's mesmerizing gaze. A faint tint of red was forming on her cheeks. Buddy! Harry, what are you... Shut it. The fox whispered rather aggressively, his warm breath leaving his maw quickly and washing over. Whoa! Rabbit could only gulp and close her eyes, feeling nothing but the faint hate radiating from the moving finger that affected her cheeks. Her heart thumped as she felt his face. She closed at her hers. His breath caressed her face with warmth. And then Terry took off her glasses with one fell swoop, leaving her confused. Eh? Terry didn't even blink or even acknowledge his prior actions. He turned towards Kim's direction in an almost methodical, calculated fashion. He walked up beside him and squatted down over the leaves with Lucy's glasses in hand. Terry tilted Lucy's glasses and adjusted one of the lenses over the pile of sticks and leaves, using it to magnifying glass, concentrate the sunlight into a concentrated dot. A faint wisp of smoke rose from the pile of leaves before quickly turning to a blaze as Terry blew up on the embers. Less than a minute, a thick column of smoke was rising into the sky above. Oh, it worked! Yay! You don't sound okay. I feel like I just lost something. My confused maiden heart. She really thought Harry was raising her up, and then he just took your glasses. Are you sure anyone would feel miserable after misrealizing that scene? If y'all are done standing around, then think of something else to get that helicopter's attention, said coolly while minding the flames. Tim froze the amount of calm and quick thinking Terry had over him in a situation like this. It happened so quickly, he didn't even know how to take it all in properly. You're freezing up now? I guess all that talk about the leader stuff means nothing then. Barry spoke, noticing Kim's silence. Gaze. Right. You need to make an SOS sign on the sand, big enough so that the helicopter can see it from out there. Bear, Lucy, help me out on this, he said, instructing Bear and Lucy to help in the effort. Bear gets up with a groan and joins the group to gather whatever they can. Whose leg broke? Soon a crude SOS was spelled out in the open, composed mostly of sticks. Lucy arranged fist-sized rocks and some palm leaves around the message to draw more attention to it. Hey kid, keep fanning this flame from going off. Will ya? Fan it like with a banana leaf or something. Huh? I exclaimed as my mind was still processing empty thoughts, but within a few seconds I recognized what he meant and quickly snapped back to reality. Oh, right! Picked up a decent-sized banana leaf from the ground nearby and started to gently fan the flames. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Take off your shirt. Eh? This is the same game. Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Eh? Oh, Terry. I didn't know you swing that way. Where did all these flowers come from? What kind of style is this?
Oh, yeah.
Take off your shirt. What is going on? Where did his shirt go? What am I playing? No, not like this. Our love's never meant to be. Romeo and Juliet. No, Romeo and Julietto. What is this graphic image that appeared before me? I will freaking unalive you. I know. Shirtless costume unlocked. So, what do I do with this? Swing your shirt up in the air. I don't think it'll help much, but it'll increase our chance of being spotted at least. His reply trailed off close to the end, sounding as if it were uttered under his breath, then went back to minding the fire pit. Tried his best to form a smoke message to better signal the helicopter. Got it! Owen's face lit up as he was finally given a task. Climbed up the nearest tall tree available to him before screaming like a banshee. The ears of everyone recoil while flailing his shirt in the air. Did you just tell him to go out the tree for that? No. But despite copious amounts of smoke and a cry that could pierce even the heavens, it seems as if our rescue pilot had only passed through barren land. Chopper merely zoomed over us, receding slowly as it flew out into the horizon. Where is it going? Did they not see us? Why? It's so random. We get these crazy scenes all of the time. We get these crazy scenes. I need to pin these in the Discord in this Discord chat that I'm sending them in. Because I need these for later. When I edit these together. Because I'm gonna do something funny. Y'all probably already seen it. Oh my god. That's impossible considering it flew right on top of us. It's like we don't even exist. Lucy said while looking up at the sky, still able to hear the helicopter flutter away before disappearing completely. We don't even exist? Wait, are we dead? Well, there's only one way to find out. Okay, I thought something else was happening. Owen slowly approached Beru and gave the bear a hard pinch on his right arm. Mako Hijao? Beru squealed and rubbed his arm, looking down at Owen and... What the fish? What was that for? Able to process anger and act annoyed from a simple stimulus? I have no genius, but the specimen is definitely alert and definitely not dead at all. Barry looked at Owen in annoyance. His crybaby expression turned sour as a sudden dreadful realization settled in his mind. So there's no one going to save us? Dreadful silence befell the group once again. No one's coming for us. We're trapped here. Just like yesterday, the lights in our eyes were gone as the feeling of despair sets in. Everyone begins to lose their grasp of hope. One by one felt like an unstoppable line of falling dominoes. Guys, remember, you must have hope. Hope will always beat despair. Makoto, shut your bum ass up. We held on to it, but in the end we couldn't escape the dreadful reality. The reality that we might never be able to make it home ever. Hey, Gilligan's Isle was able to live for like, what 5 seasons? Dear God, is there no hope left for us? Oh, damn. Come on, guys, keep your spirit. And just like yesterday, and during our dark moment, Kim would shine the brightest of us all. There's no telling what happened just now. We can't just give up now. But even that helicopter... Don't worry about it. Who knows if they might try to bring back up once they're back. Till then, let's do our best to survive together. I sure hope it was. I'd definitely go crazy if I were stuck on this island with you guys any longer. I think you already are. Should I be even more then? No! Smiled as the group began to regain its hope once more. Kim was right. There's no telling what the future might hold for us. So fight. We'll fight for our survival and get ourselves home from this island. By the time all of us had just finished talking about a short breath after our attempts at signaling the helicopter, the sun was already beginning to set. Its familiar orange glow setting its warmth upon us as the night slowly overtook the light. Decided it was time to return back to our campsite since there's no longer a point to stay here. Barry, Lucy, and Owen already went back ahead of us, leaving Terry, Kim, and I behind, leaving us plenty of room to talk. Terry, may I have a word with you? No. Just as his back turned to face us, his ear twitched, and words reaching him and making his head swivel to face me. What? Be quick about it. Say be quick about it? Yes, he did. The box's tone sounded perplexed and pensive. Well, it's just that I think that there's a matter that concerns Kim as well, so go on, Kim. My gaze focused on the figure behind Terry, Kim already making his first few steps towards the camp before freezing upon hearing his name mentioned. The husky seemed apprehensive and unsure of how he would react for a few seconds. Then he approached within conversation distance with his eyes focused elsewhere. In an instant, the tension between the two increased, and it felt like the air I breathed suddenly became thicker. If I didn't mediate, things may get ugly. It's obvious that they start butting heads if I let them turn on devices. Since none of you are saying anything, I'll start. I said as I left myself into the empty space between them. Firstly, I'd like to thank Terry for everything he had done for the team. Even though you like to go your own ways, you still think about what's best for us. I wasn't doing it for you. Terry said evasively, but his attention and the focus elsewhere. They're staring each other in the eyes now. Still, if you didn't put that campfire, everyone would have been stuck in the dark. And how could anyone forget how fast it took you to ignite the campfire for the helicopter? Terry's ears twitched slightly, and I noticed somehow a genuine smile formed on his face before he shrugged it off out of existence. Or it could have been just my imagination. And I doubt you came here just to compliment me. If it was, there's no need for Mr. Blue Cheese to be here. Blue Cheese? What? Terry, with a tinge of irritation at the end of his reply, while shuffling slightly from where he stood, both of them had an intense stare down as none of them said a word. Kim, I understand that Terry has been less than agreeable. Well, a lot of times, actually. Oi, I'm still here, you know. My point is, you simply cannot overlook his efforts. We're still here because we have each other, all of us. I said, batting an eye on both of them. Kim doesn't say a word, but he nods his head a few times in agreement with me. And Terry, don't you have anything to say to Kim? Why would I waste my... it's not a waste of time. I already told you, we're still here because we have each other, all of us. We did our best to help out with where we're lacking. None of us were prepared and ready for this. None. No one wanted to be here, but that's not our choice. What the heck? We had to work together because we don't have a choice. And if it wasn't for Kim, that's enough. But I know what you're gonna say. You don't have to tell me that. I would have been blind if I didn't notice it myself, so I'm gonna say it once. Harry stares, close in on Kim, facing him properly. I don't like it. I think whatever you're trying to do here is stupid. I'll never accept it. but they need you. I hate your guts. It annoys me, but I acknowledge that you hold the most important role of the team. Whatever you're doing, it gives them hope. The team needs you as the leader. They can't survive without you around, so don't let their hope be in vain. I'll do my best. But I still hate you, though. Yeah, I think I heard that already. The husky chuckled as he extended his arm towards Terry for a shake. I'm not sure what's happening, but I guess it worked out. I'm not shaking those filthy hands of yours, it stinks. Or not. Well, I don't think I smell too bad. Now that you mention it, senses walk inland occasionally, and I think I know where it came from. Yeah, we need to do something about those corpses. It's not too bad now, but in time it'll only get worse. Should we start thinking of burying them later? Do you even know how much work that is? I'd rather not have my whole body reeking of rotten flesh. Well, you're right, but it dampens me to know that they're still lying there without a proper burial. They're dead. They won't feel a thing. But they were once alive, a soul that once lived in this world, having friends to laugh with, families that would miss them. Some of them might not even know what happened to their bodies. I just thought that I could at least do something for them. Fine. We'll think of something tomorrow. It's already late now anyway. Harry placed an arm on top of my head, gently patting me as he tried to comfort me. It was unexpected of him, but I appreciated his gesture regardless. Well, I think it's a good idea to do a burial for them. It might even avoid wild animal rounds coming for it. I'll go ahead and let the rest of the team know about it. I watched as Kim turned his back on both of us and walked towards the others. It was only Terry and me now. My eyes were still glued towards Kim's back as he walked further away from us. Couldn't understand why you hated him so much. If you two were to work together, you don't get it. You don't see the things the way I do. Turned to look at Terry as he said it. Terry's words had much more weight than they used to. Is there something I could have missed? What do you mean? Look out for him. He won't listen to me, but he will listen to you. Wait, I don't get it. Why? From the way things are for him, the way he does things, it will be the death of him. Oh no. Yeah, let's not. Oh. God, I'm so tired, he said as he began to stretch his arms wide out in the air. I managed to catch up to Kim after my little talk with Terry, giving me a chance to walk with him and talk a little more. Hey, Jason? Thanks for making us talk like that. Oh, don't mention it. It's nothing really. I'm just glad it worked out. I replied, nudging Kim with my elbow playfully as he chuckles. Definitely. I went better than I would have imagined. I thought we might have had another bickering at the time. Blue Husky let out a soft sigh as our slow-paced stroll continued. But that's the thing. I wouldn't even looked at Terry if I died if you hadn't made us confront each other. Well, that's a bit much when you put it that way. Exactly. So again, thanks, Jason. If you ever get off this island, I'll treat you to dinner. He said with a wide grin on his face. Whatever happened back then, I'm glad it improved his mood. I didn't say much of anything else after that until we made it to the campsite. The night sky glittered in the stars, lighting the sky with its presence. Everyone at the camp was visibly tired from the day we had. Tay prepared the fire to light the cold night. We had a quick night meal with whatever food resource we had left before falling into slumber. Upon returning to my spot, I laid my head down on the ground and blacked out almost immediately from fatigue. Later that night. Need to pee. I was awakened by his urges to pee. Sitting up, he let out a few throaty coughs, trying to dislodge the saliva that was in his windpipe. Thankfully, everyone else is deep enough in their own sleep to tune out the communication. Groggily, he stood up, taking in more lungfuls of the vile aroma against his better judgment, and he tried to pinpoint the source. But as I fell upon the familiar grosh night, he instantly thought about the bodies. Bear pinched his nose and groaned due to an overwhelming sense of nausea. Shivers. Feeling like his battery was about to burst, he ran a bit further up the tree lines to relieve himself. Much better. Shouted a bit further, glittering light slowly approaching a coastline where the bodies were exposed to the elements. Eric could only stand there in the fear of the unknown as he watched the light orbs disappear from sight. Impossible. Oh my goodness. A ghost! I don't believe in it. I don't have anyone to defend him. Ah! He thought as he fled away from there back to his sleeping spot. He balled himself to the ground and tried to sleep the fear away, shaking it off as a trick of his mind. Aaron went back to sleep. No, you're kidding. You're kidding. Thank you for playing. See you in the next build. No! No! Dang it! That's it! Well, darn. And they haven't said anything on their freaking Twitter. The second build released July 6th of 2023, so it's been a while since they last updated the game. They have a Twitter page as well, but they haven't posted anything on their Twitter in quite a while. Their last post was on April 25th. And well, it shows characters. Oh, there's more space for more characters. It shows Owen and Lucy. It shows Owen and Lucy next to each other, but let's see. Let's read what these say. Kim, species husky, age 25, interest sports, gender male. He's 5'8", birthday March 23rd. The husky was eager to prove himself as the leader of the pack. Confident just as much as he is charismatic, he does his best to inspire the team to push through bad situations. His signature catchphrase, calm mind is a clear mind, embodies the cool-headed side of him, faces challenges. Okay, that's a fake smile. Mischievous, sad, sad 2, sad 3, serious, surprised, thinking, worried, worried smile, upset, and normal. Yeah, Beru only has one outfit. Oh, we can actually see their legs. Okay, he has an injury on his leg. So is Beru. She's bear, gender 21, interest games, gender male. You're telling me they're the same height? Birthday January 22nd. A shut-in gamer bear who is committed to his hobby more than anything in the world. Despite of limited social interactions, he manages to endear himself to others with his quirky antics and weird jokes. He has a big heart for people who are particularly fond of him. Physically, his species are in the larger ability to lessen to handle manual labor better than the rest of the group. Happy, fake smile 1, fake smile 2. Crying, serious, surprised, thinking, worried. Oh, it only shows 10 other than the 11. And this one only showed... Oh, it's 13. Okay, Terry. Terry, species fox, age 23, interest Terry. Gender male, 5'7", birthday February 12th. This red fox comes off as particularly mean-spirited and stubborn. He doesn't portray himself as a good team player, always aiming to act out based on his own principles and self-styled code of conduct. His affinity for insubordination has caused odds between him and Kim. Despite being spiteful, he can be occasionally thoughtful and gentle in nature. Normal, mad, mad 2, scoff, silent, silent 2, smirk, surprised, uninterested, and upset. Lucy. Species bunny, age 23, interest plants, gender male, 5 foot, birthday October 17th. Oh hey, her birthday was 4 days ago. Right? Yeah. Meekish and petite, much like a rabbit, yet knowing a lot more than she usually lets on. Lucy is an intellectual student with a passion for knowledge and could act as the brains of the group if it wasn't for the timid personality. There is a hidden side of her that can come out as a highly intimidating, yet this is rarely shown. Normal, happy, smile, fake smile. Sad, scared, thinking, crying, disgusted. And dead inside, ugly, crying, fake smile too, and mad. And then Owen. Yeah, Owen is the only other character with a shirtless freaking form. Species otter. Everyone has at least one injury on their leg. Age 21, interest fishing. Let me see his full body. The bottom of his shirt stays. The bottom of his shirt is still there. Age 21, interest fishing, gender male, 5'1", birthday May 13th. An otter who loves the sea and is fond of going fishing with his older brother. His free-spirited disposition means that he gets along well with Barry's humor. While a little too childish for his own good sometimes, this is just extra effort to keep a more mature and adult part of himself hidden away. Normal, happy, fake smile, dead 1, dead 2, sad, serious, surprised, anxious, mischievous, excited. Okay. CG event. Wake up. First meetup, campfire, doll on the beach. And chapter 2 has a couple that I haven't found yet. And then there are the mini ones. Flame breathing, secure the area, suspicious smoke, canned food. So, death flag. So there's probably a couple backgrounds. Yeah, we've seen all the backgrounds. Now hold on. There are a couple of options that I haven't chosen. Let me go here and click disagree. Take a deep breath and begin to form the words I will as soon as they hit my head. I know that the came first, but I had to say it again. I mean, Terry has a point. It must be difficult for a person like him to relate to someone who is as calm and focused as you are. You're outstandingly calm amidst everything I'm settling on. Honestly, I can't really blame him. It felt off, even for me at first. I said, while patting his shoulder with a smile on my face, hoping that would ease the burden of the truth. Without a word, Kim shrugged off my arm from his shoulder with a dejected look. Kim? Is that what you think of me? Is that all you see of me? I was only doing what felt right? The husky went silent before breaking off a peal of tiny laughter. It escalated into a hearty guffaw. He leaned head back and laughing until his voice echoed throughout the forest. Come on now, it's just because that fox sounds right. Okay, so he has just says the same thing. Let me save. Let me load this and stop him. At least give it a little more time. No? We already made a deal back then. We don't even know if they're poisonous or not. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing. Just trust me on this, alright? Would you rather wait for the others, especially Lucy, just in case she knows anything we don't? We don't even know how long it'll take until they come back. Look, if Barry end up being poisonous, he could get sick and drag the rest of us back. Didn't I tell you the berries are fine? Can't you trust me? It's not that I don't trust you, it's just... fine. Since you're interested in it, I think it's very unnecessary. He takes a deep breath and sits down on an old log. I guess we'll wait for the rest then. Both pile up in a bounding banana leaf. I feel his sexy abs. Oh, didn't expect to see you two stuff back so soon. Okay, so it's just the same thing, but we don't have any other trouble. So, y'all, that was Stranded. When it updates, I will make another video on it. Going through the story again, like, it's gonna be exactly like how I did it with, the new one, that other one that I was playing. The freaking Danganronpa Lapse, the last Danganronpa fan game that I played all the way through, parts with Sith Topper. This is actually really interesting. We haven't seen the whole thing yet, but the story is actually going somewhere that seems very interesting. This isn't just a furry man dating sim. This is something deeper than that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at @StopRate and join the Discord, link to which is in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.